Now in our Japa practice of Gaṇapataye, on the Lord of obstacles, the Lord of being, the Lord of our sense organs, whatever you want to call it, there's a 3-step practice. Om Gam is the first. Om Gaṇapataye Namaḥ is the second. And then Om Shrim Hrim Klim Glaum Gaṇapataye Varavaradas Sarvajanam Me Vashamanaya Svaha. That is the third. That's a little more difficult. But for the second one, Om Gaṇapataye Namaḥ, we shift the focus from just Om Gam to linking it with a greater understanding of this inner principle that realigns our confusion and delusion. That steady anchor that kind of pulls our fluctuations and fancies back to the source instead of going all over the place. So the meaning of Om Gaṇapataye Namaḥ is Om, I bow to that universal sound. Ga symbolizes that which is hidden. Guhyam. It's also the first soft consonant that we make in the back of our throat. Ga, ga. It's that which symbolizes a covering. And A is the free spirit, the free soul that is inside of us. It has no obstructions, no limitation. It's timeless, it's ageless. And that very embodiment lives in our body. That's what symbolizes. It's incarnated in this very body. But when you join it to Gaṇapataye, it becomes Om Gaṇapataye. The nasal sound take the sound of the soft consonant. So Om Gaṇapataye Namaḥ means like I bow to that covering and delusion and my limitations inside, and I make myself humble so something may awaken and I may open to that clarity of spirit inside. And as a help for that, I use the kind of maybe a visual image of Gaṇapataye, this elephant-headed god of the Indian tradition, who is very relaxed, the god of paradoxes and opposites, who doesn't run, who doesn't chase, but who uses his wisdom and is anchored in wisdom. And when you learn to kind of focus just on one thing, Om Gaṇapataye Namaḥ, again and again, then you hold the mind in one point. You prevent the mind from fluctuating and vacillating. And that practice in itself, when it's done over a longer period of time, will harmonize the restless mind and will help us, prepare us to make us understand that yes, there is something limitless inside. Yes, there is something beautiful, indestructible, timeless and ageless. And that is really the source of who I am. Now I'll do one round with you. First about half with sound, then the last ones in silence. When you do practice of Japa yourself, it's always best to do it in silence, just mentally. It requires more concentration and it gives a kind of sharper presence. In the beginning, we just utter the sound to make it clear, to make it correct. But ultimately, it's that inner subtle point of where that mentally touches you, where it's most efficient. Okay? Now, we'll do a different mantra than the first one. So, bring your palms together and we do a classical chant to Ganesha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. So it's a classical chant to Ganesha to remove this Lord of obstacles who's said to be the Mooladhara Rakshaka, the protector in the base of our spine, where our energy starts and flow. Remove the obstacles that are there in my life that prevent me from seeing things clearly. So you take the Japamala and then we start. Om Gaṇapataye Namaḥ. 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 And then mentally, for a deeper concentration. And when you repeat it around, please continue. And then, Om Gaṇapataye Namaḥ. And do 1, 3, 5, or if you can, 10 rounds every day. Keep a little book. Write how many rounds you have done. And when you've done a few 100,000, 500,000 or 800,000, then you're ready for the next step. Okay? Then you have what is called the mantra siddhi, the perfection, the completion of the mantra. Then the mind is ripe to learn something new. Now we close with the same mantra. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. So enjoy your practice and enjoy the benefits that come from putting your mind in one place and like a drop of water over time, make a mark even in the stone so that this internal vibration, this sound will make a mark in your mind and you'll experience that comfort and stability which the practice gives.